I bought PlayStation 5 day one, and today I present you with PlayStation 5 review after using the console for at least 18 months. Let's look into this. If you're looking for some good and cheap games, Iniba gets you covered. They offer a number of games for Xbox, PlayStation, PC and Nintendo, and right now they've got a number of good deals on games. They've got a couple of promotions. You can check the PlayStation Plus promotion where they offer PlayStation cards, good deals on best RPG games, FIFA cards as well, and on top of that, games under $10. So if you click on that and select one of these games, there's a lot of games on sale right now. So let's grab Resident Evil 3, buy now, make sure you use discount code, you click on that, you type get extra discount, all you have to do is payment of your choice and you're done. Remember, iniba.com. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So as per the intro, PlayStation 5 review, and of course this is coming from Xbox fan perspective, right? So I'm primarily Xbox gamer, Xbox PC gamer really, and today I want to present you with my thoughts on PlayStation 5 after using it for at least 18 months. I bought the console day one, and obviously both Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 were not perfect at launch, although PlayStation 5 did have more like first party content, first party games, so I guess it had a better start in my opinion. But today I want to focus on a number of things, and obviously after using the console for a year and a half, I've got some thoughts on it, and I must say that I'm pretty impressed with the console. And also the good thing is that number of things that I would complain maybe a year ago actually got fixed or got much better. So first off, let's talk about performance in games. PlayStation 5 haven't really had much of an issue with running games day one. So from the start, PlayStation 5 offered very good performance. Yes, there were some games that were not properly optimized, but that was actually true for Xbox as well. So that's not really a complaint, that was just reality back then. But right now games are very well optimized these days, they run great, the resolution is pretty high as well, so there's no complaint there. Now another thing is, because I mentioned the new games really and the first party content, but I also need to talk about the fact that backwards compatibility is there, and over time they actually improved some of these older titles as well. So games like Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War, these games got updates for PlayStation 5 and they just run great. Even better obviously than on PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 4 Pro back then. 60 frames per second, high resolution, great graphics. That's all on PlayStation 5. Obviously there's more games like that. I just wanted to shout out a couple of them. When it comes to performance, we need to talk about a feature that was missing at launch, but now it's there. A couple of weeks ago, PlayStation added support for VRR, and even though it's not perfect, it's good that it's there, and I'm sure that it will improve as time moves on. Let's talk about some other technical aspects of the console. And now don't worry, we'll talk about games as well. Let's talk about SSD, and I think that that was one of the things that got people worried at the very beginning, because PlayStation 5 came out with a smaller SSD than Xbox Series X, for example. Basically it offers around like 650 gigabytes of usable storage, because rest of it is used for the system. But the situation is not really that dire, because PlayStation 5 games got optimized and some of them actually takes less space on the hard drive than even PlayStation 4 counterparts. And on top of that, there is a way to extend your storage right now. You can use third-party NVMe SSDs, and they are actually not that expensive these days, especially that you don't even have to use the most expensive ones, the fastest ones. You can even use some of the cheaper ones and they will work just fine, because PlayStation 5 doesn't really take full advantage of the SSD anyway. I mean, those proper next-gen games are just not there yet. Even Ratchet & Clank is not really taking full advantage of that super fast SSD. That was confirmed by Digital Foundry, by the way. So now let's talk about PlayStation 5 system overall. I like the dashboard. I know that some people actually complain about it. Yes, some icons like power off icon is in a bit weird place, but now you can actually move some of these icons around, so that really shouldn't be an issue. Also, I wanted to point out that I never had any issues with PlayStation 5, I mean technical issues. No crashing, no games crashing, well, maybe one or two, but I never had to rebuild database, nothing like that. So really my experience was very good and it still is good. So I can't really complain about stability of the system or the performance. Also, I wanted to point out that my PlayStation 5 is still quiet because I was afraid that maybe after a while the console would get louder, just like it was with PlayStation 4 last generation, but that's not the case. This is still day one console we're talking about and it's still quiet, just as it was when I first bought it. Also, I really like PlayStation 5 controller. It's very comfortable. I like the fact that it's bigger. I've got quite big hands, so a bigger controller actually fits my hands better. I like the rumble, I like the haptic feedback, although I do disable it in some games. It's not good for every single game, but in some games actually it works very well. By the way, check the Astrobot. That game just takes the best advantage of that controller and it's great. This feature is really great when it works, when developers actually implement it right. The only complaint I would have about PlayStation 5 controller is its battery life, and I think it has something to do with the fact that it's using haptic feedback, so it's using the microphone, it's using the extra motors inside, so that's actually using the energy and stuff. But I think that the new battery in new controllers or new models should actually last longer. I think that needs to happen. And who knows, maybe that's only my controller, but I actually did hear some other people complaining about it as well. So it's not a major issue because every time I finish playing on PlayStation 5, I just connect PlayStation 5 controller to USB charger. So when I go back and play some games again, the controller is fully charged, but still, battery life is not great. And now I want to talk about stuff that really matters, which are games. Okay, so there's been a number of very good games for PlayStation 5. Not every game is my cup of tea, but that's fine. But there's been a number of games I enjoyed on PlayStation 5, and that's great. But what's great about PlayStation 5 games is that there's variety of different games. Yes, there's been some remasters, remakes, but also new games as well, like Returnal, like Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, and a couple of other titles. And there's actually even more games coming very soon. This year was actually particularly good because we got Horizon Forbidden West, Gran Turismo 7, Last of Us Part 1 is coming in September, and God of War in November. So this year is great for PlayStation 5. So now let's talk about PlayStation Plus. Couple of weeks ago, they've changed PlayStation Plus because they combined PlayStation Plus with PlayStation Now, and now all these services or subscription services is under one roof. Now there's tiers to it and the price is different, but I'm sure that everyone will find something interesting there. Now, I personally like the PlayStation Plus Extra the most. It offers quite a lot of great games, PlayStation exclusives, multi-platform games. There's a lot of games to play there. Recently, they even added Stray day one, so I really do hope that they will actually continue doing this, adding even smaller games but day one. That would actually make a big difference. So I think that PlayStation Plus Extra is really worth the money. So overall, I must say that I'm impressed with PlayStation 5. It's a very good console with great games, much better subscription services right now, and it's just a ton of fun basically, right? Obviously, there's still things that I would like PlayStation to change. For example, I would love them to make their games cheaper, be reduced in price much faster than it actually happens, but who knows, maybe we'll get that in the future. Also, I would love PlayStation Plus to get cheaper a little bit, because even though it's great value, it's not as great value as Xbox Game Pass, because not only Game Pass is cheaper, but it offers more first-party games and a lot of multi-platform games day one. So PlayStation Plus would get even better if it was cheaper. So like I said guys, so overall I'm very happy with PlayStation 5. Obviously we're still in this cross-gen development period, but it's just about to end. Hopefully next year it will change and we'll start getting these proper current gen games for PlayStation 5 and obviously Xbox Series X as well. So guys, that's the video. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks for support, I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.